How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining us again here live Thursday evenings for another episode of Strong Therapy. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the couple that are going to dive into some deep relationship issues that maybe could help you and some of your friends out. So how you guys doing over there today, Carolyn and Brian?
We are doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing, Chris?
I am wonderful today. Cannot complain.
Yes, it is an amazing day. Hello, everybody out there.
It's spring.
Yes, it is April 8th, and I would like to take this moment to say happy birthday to Andrea Lynn. She is my niece.
Oh, yes.
She's turning 41 today. She's my bestie.
29. She's turning 29.
We don't lie about age. She is godmother to our oldest, and wanted to send a shout out for her. Happy birthday to you. I love that hot, sexy wash. We've got this week. What have we been doing? Let's see. I've been in a little pain, but I'll live through it.
Kidney stones.
Yeah.
Very bad. Very
so
painful.
much fun. That's why Carolyn looks like a fucking basket case today. But I'm positive Polly. We also, what else have we got done? Been doing some side hustle. Everybody's got to do a little side hustle. Great week this week, all in all, I would say.
Busy.
Yeah, busy. Ignore that coffee, little
smoky.
No, it's a little cummy. We've got a great guest today. I'm so excited. Anytime I can get a female guest, it is amazing to me. It's always got to be our faves. We can't help it. We love Compound Media, but yes. I really was excited to bring her on, LJubica Popovic. If we can bring her in, I'm so excited to see that hot mama.
Yay!
Woo! Live from the closet.
Yeah.
Compound Media.
Are you getting ready to come out or what?
Never.
She's staying in the closet.
Pardon my background here. It's a little messy.
It makes it
it's where we get it's where we get all of our fun costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to hide a little bit because any moment Geno is going to walk in here, break a couple of things, be loud, and grab his coffee. So brace for that impact. That's why I'm trying to walk around and protect my phone and not be at the door where I was sitting earlier.
Any way he can fuck up a situation, Geno will fuck up he's a rubby dub.
That closet is a lot larger than I thought it was.
It's a big closet. Hold on, what do we have here? It's endless. You never know what you're going to run into.
Oh,
we have wigs.
Now I would say that wig.
Hats.
That wig right there would bring some fantasies to some of the your followers on Twitter and music videos. They like. Ooh.
I don't think I would be a good blonde though, because I am so. So I realized when I moved to United States that I'm not white, because I always thought I was white, but then I was told I was ethnic. So since I am ethnic and it's the same thing, I guess. I realized I do have a little darker skin and darker complexion. Mm-hmm. So with the blonde hair, I would really look horrible. I think it just doesn't.
Wear the wig just one night with a hot date.
Yeah,
I think you could probably get away with anything.
Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment. I appreciate it. I can hear it. It's
especially
happening.
Leather pants.
Oh, those leather pants got so much attention. Stuttering John was here.
That's fine. I'm sorry, what? What are you guys doing?
Geno.
What are you
Geno.
doing? I know them. Hi. What are you doing?
Oh.
I thought it was closet time, Lou.
This is actually my office here because it's never cold in the closet.
Time. Who are these people?
Geno, get your coffee
You
and
know I come in here to scream the N-word 20 times before the show starts. Is this on? Jesus Christ.
this is on.
You're doing their show right now?
Right now.
Right now.
Right as we speak.
Even
Right as
so,
we
I'm
speak.
like a cameo.
What you're doing right now
It's a
is
drop
you're
box.
stealing my spotlight, which you are so good at. And
I'm sorry. Is that my thumb? Ta-da! I'm gone. I'm leaving. No one sees me.
I love you.
I'm not in the. I'm not.
I love him the most, by the way.
Tell them
I
love them.
can't. I
He's
love
too
Geno
much.
more than words can describe. He is
too
the
much.
nicest. I've never seen him in a bad mood. I've never seen him not accepting anyone. There you go. Like, I feel so bad when I'm around him because I'm like, I am a shitty person. Geno is definitely somebody who enjoys saying like controversial shit, but he is the sweetest guy.
People don't realize, I mean, to me, and I think we maybe touched on it on his, there is your stage, your stage body.
Mm-hmm.
What I've gathered from comedians, I'm not one and I've never been on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a stage persona and then there's the real person. And I think that people in general forget that.
Well, I think with Geno, though, it's pretty close together. I think you get what you get with Geno. I just think that some people have trouble deciphering satire from real.
He is a kind person. Any person that has a cat that loves
He's
cat as much as he does. Anyways,
a humanitarian.
See, let's not talk about him. This is fucking about LUBI. This is a woman show. This is bringing on this hot woman who is a producer, who is a comedian, who's great. She's got all kinds of projects going on. I'm sorry.
Long live estrogen. Let's do it.
Exactly. I'm bringing in the women here. You know, I've talked to Chrissy. She's going to come in later for before after the show in May, so that we can talk about the Austin show. So, okay.
Are you guys coming to Austin?
I am. Yes.
We can, if you haven't booked your hotel, you can share your room with me.
Oh.
I already got a room.
Well, then I'll buy you some drinks. Are you able to drink at all?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. We'll talk later. But yeah, they got me a room, and I can ask for a double bed, and we can be roomies if you want.
Do you guys hear that? I get your room with fucking LUBI.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Makes it easier. Yeah.
You.
I invited all the girls. Like, I think even Andrea, she can get a cot. It can be three of us because it used to be Drew, Bobby, and myself when we're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to stay with the guys, share the room with the guys because I am either the only girl or there's maybe one girl with me. It's usually we have Joanne and Chrissy, but that's the talent. But on the other side, it's just me. I'm the only. So everything, whatever we're doing, I'm just always the only girl. So I'm like,
amazing.
okay,
thank you.
Yeah. They're the coolest though.
With the girls, I'm sure your room will smell much better in the morning than with all the guys.
That is for sure.
Just slightly.
That is for sure. I've witnessed it firsthand.
Less BO, less farts, all that good stuff.
Yes.
LUBI's not bearded enough for that room.
So I was so interested in you, and as far as like compound media, it's made me realize, me personally, how impressed I am with you and Chrissy, being women in this field, especially with it being male dominant background. So you guys are like my super women when it comes to this kind of stuff. And
thank you. I'm speechless, but thank you.
I mean, it's important that you guys are out there and give women a face. You know, I listen to certain podcasts and I hear what people on the road have to do. For instance, like what you were saying, your hotel rooms, sometimes the hotel rooms are shitty. You know, groups, staying with men, whatever, you're in danger. I mean, in some situations.
Anger?
Well, if you're on the road, you know, comedians that are on the road. But what are you currently working on? Any new projects or finishing up?
Yes. So right now I'm working on establishing a YouTube channel that's going to be bilingual because our community in the United States is huge, and I'm talking tens of millions. And by our community, I mean all the Balkans, right? We share the same language. Some of the differences in accents, let's say, but more or less it's the same language. Not only that, there's a lot of us in United States, there's a lot of us in Australia, in Germany. So we kind of want to have the channel that's for all of us that don't live at home anymore.
Right.
But they still, like me, my life is completely made out of two parts. It's almost as if I have two personalities, which is like my Serbian crew, my Serbian projects, and this. So
Right.
I kind of want to make something that's merging both. And I want it to be as natural as possible, in a sense that we were talking like, oh, what if we make it in Serbian and just have Serbian guests? And then we'll exclude like I could not talk to you guys, for example, and have you or Bobby or anybody from the compound, and vice versa. And then I was like, then it's not organic, then it doesn't represent us the best. It has to be natural and bilingual, in a sense that like I have Serbian comedian friends, I have American, I have Brazilian, let's have them all. Let's have subtitles so everyone can watch. So we will have a late night show. We will have a morning show. We will have a portion for kids, and we will have a musical portion as well. So there's a lot of work. This all sounds like, oh, it's so much because we're doing it the right way. And I don't like to start anything that I don't believe in and that I don't like give my heart and soul in and like be proud of what I've done. So I'm very positive about the outcome. Like I'm trying to stay positive.
I think it sounds amazing. I think it's
got a lot of potential because that's probably like an untapped market. The Serbian
completely
in these English speaking countries, and it would probably be nice to hear your home tongue, and it would make you feel comfortable and
absolutely.
And also for the translation from Serbian to American, they're going to understand someone like us if, we made it onto your show or Geno or Aaron, to where they're going to be like, oh, these guys are funny, and enjoy and learn about them too. I mean,
they are curious. They're very curious of how things are working over here. They're curious about comedy here. New York is I think this is Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Because New York is the center of comedy for the whole world. Like my friends who do stand up in Serbia, when I tell them that like I ran into, let's say, thanks to Aaron who's here, Louis C.K. or any other Mark Normand even they were like, oh, they're losing their minds. They can't believe it's happening. They think it's like, for them it's almost as for actors what Hollywood is for anyone who's doing acting back home. I'm trying to. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but like my friends, Dave Attell. I apologize. My friends did not believe me when I told them like that I chatted with Dave Attell. Dave Attell doesn't know who I am, but accidentally there are situations where I can talk to him after the show. They're like, no, you did not talk to him. Like, oh yeah, he's a sweet guy who asked me where Montenegro is, blah, 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 this and that. He didn't want to handshake me because of Corona, and I still did it because I was, that awkward moment.
That natural. There's a new way to shake hands now.
It's like the whole bumping thing. So it's for them, it's very interesting part in whatever is happening here. And I think for people who live here, it might be interesting to take a look at how we see how things are working. So I think it's an untapped market.
I would enjoy seeing, sorry to talk over you. I'm like, Geno, he makes
No. That's me, actually.
I think I would love it because I like what you'll bring from the other side for me to learn, because I'm one of those people that like to soak up information and find out things. That's part of the reason, we did this. He does it. We do it to be funny, but yet I like to learn about different things that I've never learned about, and that would be really fun. And especially when you shared through social media your video that you produced, your music video that you produced. Brian is already open to European music of different language. He likes listening rather than.
I like Nikita.
Yeah.
Nikita's from Ukraine.
Yes, I know of that band. Those hot chicks that make videos at the pool, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
and usually naked. There are some that are naked. And he opened it up to me. So when you shared that on social media and I saw it, I was like, oh, not that I didn't like it. I was already on board. I was like, Brian's going to love this video.
Yeah.
Definitely. And the clothes and everything. And I wanted to share it with our guests. We've got a clip of the video, if you don't mind us sharing.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing that.
She is in the video. So we love some LUBI.
This is so cool. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. It's just a cool video. We like anything with a good
I wish this was my ass, though. I wish.
OMG, batam da se igraš nemoj. Ja sam alfa tigrica na aveniji Petoj Fancy ko Beyoncé, fatalna ko Uma Thurman. Druga mi je adresa Bird of Goodman. Na Astoriji rintala da zaradim parice. Zato danas lomim srca kao da su čašice. Čistila sam stolove, služila sam pića. Samo da u Gucci-u istresem prsomića. Na Instagramu prštim, sa facama se družim.
Now when I hear this, I can totally feel this in a club.
Yeah.
You know?
Pametna, spretna, cica, izuzetna, efektna, perfektna. Dama sam Manhattan. Nekada sam bila u zavičaju folkerka, sada ona prava, pravcata njujorkerka. Pametna, spretna, cica, izuzetna, efektna, perfektna. Dama sam Manhattan. Nekada sam bila u zavičaju folkerka, sada ona prava, pravcata njujorkerka.
Woo!
I know, right? As far as
this is a club song. This is definitely a song.
Yeah,
for
like
a club.
I can totally be in this and be like probably hurt my back because I'd probably want to get down and low and yeah, exactly. I love all the fringe too. I've got to say that. Love the fringe.
Invazija lajkova na fotku Facebook obara. Svako vidi ko je maca od milion dolara. Rinta je štaka i radi.
There's some fake money flying. There's
They have pictures of Biden on them.
No, it's actually Kamala because we look into the future. We are a step ahead. We're a step ahead.
Smart ladies. See, there you go. So another thing I wanted to add, that video, I'm getting ahead of myself. That video you produced, correct?
Yes. Yeah, my friend, the girl who's behind, we've all noticed right at the beginning, she wrote the song, she wrote the lyrics. And the reason why we made a song is actually lyrics are completely tongue-in-cheek. They are making fun of girls who are acting like we are acting in this video. Mm-hmm. So it's a satire, basically, because we're all immigrants, all of us girls in the video. We are all the, people who actually moved here. So our families and everyone back home think that we live here this fabulous life that, like, as soon as you move here, there it is, like, job awaits and a lot of money is growing on trees, and they have completely a distorted picture of reality. Meanwhile, a bunch of us were waiting tables, doing shitty jobs. Guys were working for moving companies. We were babysitting, or we were jobless until we got our papers. So, like, we really were working hard. I've been in the United States for about almost 15 years. Damn, I'm old. And I think haven't worked at Cirque du Soleil, basically. Like, I've done any job that could. So it's an homage to that part of, like, we're not flashy. We were cleaning toilets. Now we can afford some expensive shit, but it's a satire. It's a funny song,
Yeah,
indeed. Like, yeah,
Target is expensive. Like when I go shopping, Target just kicks my ass, you know?
it does because it's so inviting. It's so inviting.
far
When you go
as-
to Target, you want everything.
Yeah.
That's more of the quantity you buy.
I do have one question because
Sure.
I don't know the language. Can you tell us the title of the song and explain maybe the lyric if you can tell us?
Sure,
Like on
sure.
the satire.
Sure. So the song is called New Yorkerka, which means girl from New York in Serbian. Like, girls from New York is the translation if you want to be like literal. So let's say a lyric when she says, busting my ass working in either in the city, or then we're naming a couple of like shitty companies in Queens. So like either busting my ass in the city or working here, but it's all fine. I'll buy a Prada and take fake photos on a rooftop. How successful I am, like something in that manner.
So like an Instagram post, how we all like
yeah,
try to make ourselves look.
Yeah, and
that's
it's just
great.
it's not real. It's all BS. It's all bullshit. Like we know half of these girls were like influencers and live these fabulous lives, and we know them. They struggle. They don't have it easy, and we never cared. Like me and my friends, like we never cared for that shit. So that's why we made a song. We're like, shut the fuck up. It doesn't go that way. It's
Right.
this and this and that, and that's how we did it. You know,
Well,
it all started out as a joke. I'll be honest with you, because everything was closed last year. We're all neighbors. We all live close by, so we were killing time. I swear to you, we were killing time. We were making TikTok videos. Then she wrote a song, and I'm like, I produced a bunch of shit. Like I always wanted to produce a good music video, and I'm like, let's fucking do it. So.
Well, you did an
You did
amazing
it.
job. That was really cool.
Thank you. So it came out very nice.
I have a question for you. I've been wanting. So
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about a time when there was conflict, either amongst team members or yourself,
They're a compound?
anywhere. She can choose wherever. I don't mean
Oh, okay.
compound. She can choose, and a team member, and how you worked to resolve it.
You know, I always go with honesty. I say things that people think, but they don't say it. Like I like to get the uncomfortable right out of the way.
Mhm.
I say it, and then we can be uncomfortable for a few minutes, talk through it, and then it's gone, which usually is a good method. But I've noticed that sometimes people don't like hearing the truth. And then you look like you're crazy. So it can go either way.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone should have a actual class in high school or below that's actually about being critiqued on everything in their life, so that they can learn to take advice.
take punches.
That's
Yeah.
constructive.
Yes, constructive criticism.
Exactly. So for me, I've done a bunch of therapy because I was always curious of how mind works. Like I love psychology, and I did it because it did change my life to better. And also the curiosity of like, why do I do certain things? How do I know? Like, I really want to know, because how can you make your life better unless you know what the pattern of your own mind is, you know? So I was diving deep into that for like over 10 years. And now like with people, when I'm talking, I can almost read them. I see the weaknesses. So I'm good in reading people and reading the way I should approach them regarding a problem.
Right.
It has backfired because I'm not a master. Nobody is. There's always some surprises, but in general, I think that I can tell who has not weaknesses, but what traits somebody has and what's the reason behind it. But when it comes to compound, I'll be honest with you, we don't have any issues here. And to me, I don't know what tomorrow brings. Where will I end up in my life in 10 years, 5 years? If it was up to me, I would work here till I die. But I'm just saying, whatever happens in the future, I think I could never be able to go back to working for a corporation after this.
Right.
Because I worked for the Ritz-Carlton, I worked for the Chase Bank, and like those were the most unhealthiest atmospheres because they were so forced, they were so fake. It was it was very soldier like type of talking to you, and the most toxic problems I have ever had came from those types of environment. And then people think compound, oh my God, you guys are like insane. There's smoke weed. There's no rules, this and that. Yet I'm almost here for 2 years. I have never had a conflict beyond telling somebody, shut the fuck up, asshole. And them telling me back, okay, I will. Thank you. Love you. Oh, I love you too. That's it. Like, or like, don't be a dick. I'll punch you in the face. Love you. Thank you. Okay. That's it. That's the most that we go here. And it's usually for something so stupid. It's just for stupid.
I love that because
because I'm always used to physical threats of violence.
You enjoy it.
What I think is funny is that kind of atmosphere has gone away with the wind with how culture has become.
With HR.
With HR. And that is kind of, I'm old school. That's probably why I'm a huge fan of compound.
We have a complaint that you looked at her leg a little too long.
Yeah.
We're going to have to discuss that.
They called me into the office once because my earrings were larger than a quarter. And like some people noticed. And they ratted me out for the earrings. I didn't even read throughout the like manual, whatever it is.
What are those? Those are some scandalous bitches.
Those are, and I'm like, who gives a shit already? And where we are allowed to do everything.
They were some fucking jealous bitches of you. But
who knows? Who knows? But
you've moved on
everything
to
is exactly
bigger and better things,
yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, but compound, it's wild. Woo! Like, it's a scary. Like, it's the most welcoming. The guys here are the sweetest, the most decent like Garrett, Steve, Bobby, Drew. I mean, I would, if I could work with them till I breathe, I would sign it. They're like the sweetest, most respectful guys who never treated me like, oh, here comes a girl, this and that. I was one of the guys. That's what I preferred. Like when it comes to being funny, I like meritocracy. You know, you've earned your way in. I never wanted to be let in because I'm a girl or somebody likes me, or I always wanted to be funny.
Right.
That was my goal. I wanted to be funny. I wanted them to like my jokes.
I want to comment on that for you, actually. I met LUBI on Pat Dixon's show when I was doing like a weekly spot there for like a year. And
I remember you.
She came on as like a sort of guest host, not guest host, but like she was the main guest. And
that was my first show I've ever done live.
Really?
Ever.
Well, then even more to this point then, because one thing I remember saying to Pat afterward was that there's a lot of funny woman comedians. They got good writing. They can get on stage. It's well rehearsed. They execute it. But you were sharp. Like you were actually quick sitting in that seat without having prep and just was able to churn it out. You know what I mean? As fast as Pat was able to keep the topics going. So that
Thank you so much. Pat.
I mean, I'm not even on stage as a comedian, but just as someone who's a fan of it and as someone who's like, been around it a little while, I really was like, I remember specifically mentioning to Pat that night that you seem really
Thank
sharp.
you.
Yeah.
And you could totally do comedy. I was convinced that you do stand-up because like I really...
Chris is very witty, and
you're quick. I was convinced that you were doing stand-up. Actually,
I got screwed. Wow. I made a promise to myself. I told other people in an effort for like accountability. I told other people I'm gonna do an open mic by March, and that was last March. They closed everything down. Like I was getting ready to do it.
God.
I was lining up who to do it with. There was a couple of friends of Pat that run open mics that were going to be helpful and kind of like maybe let me run it to them first, make sure it wasn't full of shit, and. And they shut down the world. So I guess I'll have to make a promise to do it in like summer or something. I don't know.
You should, because I think you're going to do very well. Just disregard the first 5 to 10 times because they're going to be cringy no matter what. Because no matter how funny you are, you're just going to be nervous. That's a fact. I still get nervous, especially like when Anthony's watching. That's when I'm like losing my mind because like I was such a again, just to my point earlier, do it. You can I can see you. You have the presence, you have the wittiness, you have it all.
Thank you.
So I would be applauding.
See, there you go, Chris.
I'll definitely do it. I just have to wait till they reopen the damn places.
I was convinced you are a comedian, but then I get nervous when I know Anthony's watching. That's when I'm like shitting my pants.
That's
because I'm like an Opie and Anthony fan. Like I've been listening to them since like 2010, 11, something like that. It's when I discovered the whole thing. Like a boyfriend at the time told me, I listened to this radio show, blah, blah, blah. And then the rest is history. Like I totally fell in love.
That's how I found out about Anthony was through Brian. But we only talk about orgasms here. Nothing, no other word that starts with the O. So the other thing is that one of our Twitter followers and your followers too, Todd Ferguson, who comes on the show a lot, had this question for you. He saw your Twitter, and we need to know this. 1 month without brunch is harder than 1 year without sex. I need to know, what is the one thing on your menu of that brunch that is so much better than sex? Because I need that fucking food in my life.
Any eggs Benedict. any eggs Benedict anywhere. I live for hollandaise sauce. I love my muffin and I love my mimosa with it. I still stand to that statement. I still stand behind it because once when they locked down the whole world last year, I was like, I really miss my girlfriends. I miss my therapy once a week, as corny as it sounds. Like I'm in my out, but I do. Like I don't have any family here. Bunch of us came here on our own, and losing that 1 a week type gatherings, you kind of feel lonely, you know, like you guys have each other, you have your gorgeous kids, you have families, cousins. For us, we are each other's family,
right?
So once when those once a week or twice a week meetings are gone, like you feel very detached and lonely. So that was what I was going for. But I was like, oh shit, this is funny if I put it in a tweet. Like, it's gonna be funny.
I mean, I just hold everything in.
Poor bastard.
I'm fine.
But, you know, that's so true. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people realized during this last year. The different relationships and we're blessed to have our little family compared to like you had your different type of family and not being able to be together.
I'm sure it's destroyed some relationships. I think it's probably brought more together.
Yeah.
Yes. And the ones that were destroyed, I think it just like fast forwarded the actual process that would have happened.
Yeah. And it made, I think, it made each of us, I think, realize those important people in our lives and who was the one that we would make an effort to make sure we saw hugged and kissed compared to the ones that, well, I can see them maybe next month or, you know, you kind of realize who are the important people in your life. And I love that your neighbors there became this family for you that you got to do.
For over a decade, we would kind of stick together. Like all of our hangouts now it used to be like just us girls and a couple of boyfriends that are around. Now it's mostly husbands. There's 5 to 10 kids running around. It's in somebody's backyard and someone's cooking. So our family is growing. We're bringing in new members. Not me though, but the others' families are growing. But it does, like, I love my family back home. I'm very close to them. We have a great relationship. And having my family here, my extended family here, in a sense, it does give you some sort of peace, because I'm not looking for a boyfriend as I used to. You know, I remember being single, let's say 10 years ago, I was like, oh my God, like that's all I would talk about. I'm single, like, let's go out, let's do this. I'm texting this guy, but with time, you become more whole with yourself, and then you're surrounded with the right people, and you do things that you love, and then that person just becomes a bonus in your life.
Right.
So I really don't actively seek or feel lonely or feel like, oh, there's a part of me that's missing, and whoever comes in is just going to fill in that puzzle. It's just, everything is fine. And when you come in, we're going to have a great time together if that happens.
And that's the best, to me, that's the best way to be open for a relationship. Well, not really open, like, oh, come to me, but like,
it usually happens when you're not.
And a healthy relationship. I mean, me and Brian personally, I always say that personally, we both were very independent people before we met, dating here and there. I hadn't dated anyone for like 2 years before I met him. And I was comfortable I was in college.
Tell me about the last guy you dated right before you went on one date with right before me.
Which one?
The guy that brought chloroform?
No, no, but close. He. Okay, you know how back in the day
he didn't have an arm?
Just wait. So he, his profile picture, profile pictures could be jimmied. He looked perfectly fine, cute, and everything. So we were gonna meet at a karaoke place. He told me to meet with a whole bunch of friends.
That's already a bad sign. Who tells you to meet at a karaoke place?
Well, I'm 5'1", and I think that he was, and I don't care about height, but he was 5'3". But the problem was his arms were like this.
Little T-Rex action there.
T-Rex.
And wait. And he looked like he was one of the, and I won't be politically correct, sorry, a dwarf, a midget, whatever, the ones that were stretched, like they added muscles in his legs. So I couldn't fucking get past it because
it's dwarfs.
So
did he go to shake your hand?
It was
oh my God.
I will admit though, it was my first actual ghosting because after I went home, I like deleted him. But before I deleted, I went back and looked at his picture specifically to see about the T-Rex thing, and every picture.
Of course.
How was the short?
Anyways, it's awful, but
no high fives with him. That's for sure.
So then when I
down low only,
and I also like when I met Brian, I walk up the steps, and this motherfucker is bending down halfway down the door, so it looks like he's a midget, and I went. And LUBI, when I saw it, all my thought was, well, fuck. How am I getting the roulette of fucking midgets? Like,
what were the odds?
Exactly.
And she was like smiling and stuff, like, but inside her mind, oh, not another midget.
So then he stood up and I was like, oh, thank God. But then, of course, I was a picky bitch. And then I was like, you're too skinny. You're too tall. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, well, do you still want to go on the date? I said, yeah, you can buy me fucking dinner. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a big
for sure. Oh, my God. But imagine how many girls have ghosted the T-Rex hand guy. Imagine being him. Oh, my goodness. It's just, we all want to be a bigger person, but it can make you a little uncomfortable. But
there's got to be a job in Hollywood, like that's got to be an automatic couple of movies, right? If you just put yourself out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like right now, hopes and prayers that he is hugging somebody.
Yes,
and he's happy about it.
He probably is, or he's going like this. Come here.
Someone skinny.
Yes. Someone skinny.
Exactly. I was big girl. Exactly. So. Okay, so
good one, Chris.
I would take women tall, short, fat, thin. I didn't care. I'm a equal opportunity employer.
I'm very pleased with that because I was a bitch. I mean, that was a bitchy thing to say. Like, I gave him a hard time. I was like,
I gave her a hard time.
So. I don't know if you have a thing for hot guys. I don't have a thing for T-Rex, but I have a hot thing. And in our news therapies
segue
news therapy section, I'd like to talk about I'm gonna get a little hot here, okay?
Hot and heavy. Let's do it.
The sexy Duke of Hastings. And so that you all know how to properly say his name, I'd like to see if Chris could play the little video on the proper way, because I'm not very good.
Proper pronunciation of this.
Chop up. Am I gonna be scared of this guy? Or opposite?
Opposite. You're gonna get wet in the panties.
Let's do it.
Exactly. This is the proper way to say his name, because I hate. I had to do this.
What the
We
fuck?
are looking at how to pronounce the name of this British Zimbabwean actor.
Jesus.
How do you go about pronouncing it? Reggae. Yes, it is not reggae, but rather reggae. Jean Page. Pretty straightforward
Jean.
once you know.
Reggae.
Jean Page. And now you know. Here are more videos on.
All right, I'm gonna fuck it up, and I'm just gonna call him Reggie.
That guy's a legend.
Reggie.
The narrator was electric.
Okay.
I was
Glad we all listened to this.
Yes. So you can bring up his other video. There is a lot of people, and I don't know if you watched it on Netflix, Bridgerton.
I tried. I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well,
Oh my God.
Did you like looking at him?
Oh, he is flawless. He is everything.
Let's just say
of Hastings.
he if I could be a spoon, I would be his spoon to his ice cream every time. And I've got to share him because
I would be a soap in his shower. Fuck the spoon.
God, exactly. Just he's amazing.
Melt me.
There's a big deal because each season, if they progress past the second one, people are upset because he's not going to be in the second season, or he'll have smaller cameos because each storyline, each character in that family, it's going to be about them. So he won't be in it as much this next season. So
usually in these type of shows, people just get killed off if it's like, middle-aged.
Bridgerton.
Yes.
People are losing their mind over the show. It's so popular.
I think it was just the innocence, and I think we were very fucking bored, and it made everybody hot.
Oh yeah.
And like
they were banging like there's no tomorrow. So
yeah, like, oh yes, oh Reggie.
Well, are we gonna see this dude or
Reggae Jean?
Reggae Jean.
So yes, and I don't know. You're probably familiar with Shamar Moore. You know
I don't know. No.
Okay, well, look him up too. He's beautiful too. He's like in my top.
This guy's perfection. This guy.
Yes, and he has that good cheek thing. But like I was saying, he's not coming in for season 2, and to me, that's a big problem.
I was expecting more. He just kind of looks like a dude to me.
There's something about him, like.
Okay,
I've seen him in a couple of scenes because we were playing them on the morning show, like him banging girls and stuff, and it's really hot.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Do you get to see him naked?
From the waist up,
you see butts. Yeah.
A little bit of butt.
Okay, that's probably what's getting you guys then.
No, because I can analyze him facially. I have a big thing for pretty noses. I love his nostrils. Look at his lips. Both.
He's a pretty boy.
He's just.
I love pretty boys. Yeah.
Like you said, perfection. Like how we see the ideal of someone.
I like his pouty lips. I like a little bit of beard. And I like the eyebrows. Everything about him.
The writing helped him. I mean, some of the words and the romantic things that he said to her is what women want to hear and make them wet instantly.
Yes.
Yes.
I was expecting.
We all love romance.
Yes. So, ladies, let's hope.
You're welcome.
Yes. And please, Netflix, add some more Reggie.
I'm
telling you.
You don't need a tan. I like you said, I'm a what is it? Open opportunity woman when it comes to men too. I like all different kinds. I like
There you go.
I like Italian, I like German, I like African. Oh, he's actually, where did it say he was from? He's from
England.
England.
Zimbabwe.
He grew
But
up
he has a,
England, Zimbabwe.
a back,
Nigerian.
Nigerian
No.
background.
Mhm.
Does
He
he?
grew up there until he was like, I think 8, and then he moved to England.
Oh,
So
Zimbabwe.
that's where his accent came from and stuff like that. So he said he has family all over the United States. And
Oh.
as you can tell, I did a little research last night because I put my top 5 in my Twitter, hoping that you know God would say, "Oh, she wants to see her top 5. Get all 5 of these fuckers on."
There you go.
podcast. Throw it out to the world. I wouldn't be able to talk, but Brian could
Hey.
ask the questions, and I'd be drooling and
They would enjoy the staring, don't you worry.
exactly. So we also have some conflict too. I don't know your feelings about Sharon Osbourne.
I have feelings.
I love her. I have always loved her.
She kind of tells it like it is, kind of, you know.
Yeah, I like the fact that like she's not on The View anymore is so fucking dumb that I can't even deal with it. Like, it's just
That's what her
She's-
fucking
she's-
point was of being on the show.
she didn't say. She wasn't even defending what Piers Morgan had said because I listened to the interview. She just said we should be able to express our feelings and not be immediately punished for it and get canceled. That's all she said. She said, I've known him for years. I don't think he's a racist. I'm saying this as a friend because I've known him for so long, but I understand your point, blah, blah, blah. So she was very open and like having it like as a two-way conversation, not like, oh, it's this way and I'm right. So what happened is so stupid. It's so unnecessary. She was one of the coolest, just like you said, Brian. She would always say it as it is. She's old school. She's also European. I love British people. British people have, like, I grew up on British humor. Like, they're very quick. They're very dry. I love the dry humor from UK. Like, they do it so well. So she was delivering all of that, and I was, like, loving it.
Well, I mean,
And the fact that she's
that's
gone is stupid. It's-
and that's the reason that she did so well here in the United States when she came out. That's what's
Exactly.
conflicting
Yeah.
to me. Is because when she started on,
Well, it's this cancel culture. You'll eventually start eating your own. I mean,
when we came into their home and their dogs were shitting everywhere, and she would, Ozzy was saying this, and she was yelling at him.
Exactly.
That was the draw, and the younger generation that is, to me, perpetuating this cancel culture isn't resonating with why she was so interesting. They're assuming, I don't know, they're assuming a lot, because I'm very disappointed in the fact that she left. That, I mean, she was on the talk for 11 years. I mean, that is a long time for a show to be going, or someone like her to stay on the show. Accusations of racism, just come on.
But that's not what she did or said, which is what annoys me, because now you can't say anything and not be labeled as a racist if you're not following the rules of the left. It's stupid. It's unnecessary. Like, younger generations, I'm saying something so groundbreaking, but younger generations are very sensitive. I have a joke where I'm saying, like, I don't think I'm skinny enough. I always want to be more skinny. I only want my accent left from me and my hair and maybe my attitude, something in that manner. And I was telling the joke and nobody was laughing. They were actually, I can hear them like whispering. And then a couple of girls started yelling from the crowd, "You're beautiful. You are gorgeous. Don't say that. Look at you. You go, girl, you're a model." And I'm like, I don't need you to encourage me. Not everything is about being positive all the time. Like, they cannot take sarcasm or everything has to be empowering, uplifting, and jokes, and everything you say, it's taken as it is. There's no more context.
Right.
There's no more context is lost. So it's a tricky time. But I have a feeling that the pendulum is going to swing back any day now. I mean, historically, United States, like they change every 20 years. Like you had hippies in the 60s, and you had like strong Republicans in the 80s. Like it's a 20 years of a cycle.
Right.
And this has been going on for like almost 10, if you think about it.
Right.
And I mean, a decade. Fuck, we have a decade more to go. But I see it has to end, because just like Brian said, they're starting to eat on their own, and that cannot last. There will be nobody to tore apart anymore. Who's going to be left?
Right. And you know, her response, Sharon, after some reflection, this is her response. After some reflection, after sitting with your comments and sitting with my heart, I would like to address the discussion on the talk this past Wednesday. I have always been embraced with so much love and support from the Black community, and I have deep respect and love for the Black community. To anyone of color that I offended and or anyone that feels confused or let down by what I said, I am truly sorry. I panicked, felt
I'm upset right now. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I can't.
Her response, and you know that she was forced to say that.
Yes, I'm so annoyed, because by saying this, then you're proving that what you did was wrong, and you did nothing that was wrong. The only guy that did it right for me was Kevin Hart, but I guess he could do it because, you know, he is Black. So how you going to cancel him? So he had the balls, but it was remember for the Oscars.
Well, and two,
but he didn't backpedal.
Well, like, and you and I being white, you don't know what you are, because people are telling.
I'm obviously ethnic. Yeah, whatever I am, I'm me. Like, who gives a fuck?
So am I
anymore?
ethnic because I'm half Sicilian? I
Probably
really white right now because I have been in the sun. But okay, so I'm gonna say I'm ethnic too.
There you go.
I color my hair, but
ethnically ambiguous.
Yes. So how I feel is that it's like, if you look very white like I do right now, I can't say certain things. But like when I'm with Larry Bia, I like, he knows I'm Italian. He knows that, you know, some of the things that I say, like I love NWA, I love Eazy-E, I can sing those songs. And Larry thinks it's hilarious. And he's like, I can't believe you know that. You're like from the Midwest. And I was like, I knew good music. But I can't sit there and say the N word, even in it, where we live, if I'm singing it in a song, because people are like, oh, and I'm like, it's lyrics. It's lyrics. It's not me calling someone that. And not to be, I grew up with older parents that probably had some racism in them, but they were very close with African Americans. So my mom would say something like, clean up your room. I ain't your goddamn. Okay. Today, if I said that to my kids, people would be like, whatever. Well, that was just, I don't know how to explain it, a saying that was just teaching me at the time that I was not someone that was going to have her do for me for nothing. Which at the time, I learned what it meant. She explained it to me. People were called this because they were slaves, and I'm not your slave. I'm your mom. You need to clean up after yourself. People are forgetting that when sometimes people use that word, it's referring back to the history, not in a negative way. Does that make sense?
The thing is, like all of our parents and especially grandparents were a little racist. Europeans are racist by default, in a sense, because we don't have any other races. It's just white people, so we don't have anyone else. So for us, commenting some things, we don't look at it as not being sensitive towards someone. It's because we have no knowledge. We have it's really something so far removed from. We don't think about it, but dare to talk about religion in Montenegro, you'll get fucked, because that's our weakness, because we are divided by religion. So every part of the world has its own issues where you have to be sensitive, how you speak around. With that being said, every generation learns something new, learns how to do better, or reflects on how we, like I said, our grandparents were definitely inappropriate in on so many levels, but that doesn't mean they were bad people.
Right. And I think that's true for today too.
Things used to be like that. Yeah. But today I have a feeling that, like I said, context is gone. Like you can't say even a joke, or you things are taken as they are verbatim.
And they only clip out a specific part, not the before, after, and what's going on.
Yeah. But it's a slippery slope. Yeah. In so many ways, because people abuse it in a sense that, like, oh, I was just fucking around, but they did it intentionally. You know what I'm saying? So it can be, I feel, if you are a normal, respectful person, that you shouldn't worry about anything. Right. That's my opinion. If you live your life and you're not ashamed of anything you said or done, or how you treated people, then like, you don't have anything to worry. But I guess now everybody has to worry, because everyone is a target. You have to watch everything.
Ice Cube said it really well. I mean, it just flowed in his raps and stuff, and it just
when he said that. I do have a question for you, Chris. I'm gonna jump ahead real quick, and have you ever? Do you go camping?
Me?
Yeah. Have you ever went camping? Either one?
No, I don't enjoy camping.
Chris, have you went camping?
Yeah, I like camping a lot.
Okay. We're gonna move forward to this one story. It's called Nightmare Scenario, if you don't mind, Chris.
No problem.
It is Nightmare Scenario sends naked and afraid contestants home early. Crawling into my private parts. We're just gonna.
It's gotta be a woman.
Well,
God hope it is a woman. Yeah, it matters. That's a disgusting difference. It's bad either way. But let's be honest. There's a distinction.
Well, it said into.
That's what I mean.
I'm just thinking.
It could have been your asshole. Okay, so this poor woman. All I know is that I'm more of a glamper. We call that here. It's like
I like glamping, not camping.
Yes. I actually was looking for RVs that you can rent, because like to have them put somewhere so we could like have the camping for the girls, but yet mommy doesn't have to sit in like a tent. Like
exactly
everything's set up and it's moved there. Brian doesn't have to set it up and all that stuff, and kind of like paying for a hotel. It runs like sometimes $120, and they deliver it to where I know, right? And you have a kitchen and everything. So, anyways, I came across this article and I was thinking, because me and Brian have watched this Naked and Afraid a couple times, and I never thought of this. And when I read this, if you can,
there's a beetle in my cooter.
I think that there's
bottom line is there is something in my cooter.
Yes. Anyways,
I'm reading this part. I'm sorry.
You gotta hear. Is there a video, Chris, on there or no?
I just see a part where she says they're between my vagina lips, and I'm like,
there she is.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me get sound on. Oh no. There's no
Do
sound.
I want to hear this?
Oh, that's not her. That's just someone. That's just a reaction video for somebody.
Oh, that's somebody vomiting.
Cool.
Oh, okay. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Oh, it might be her, but there's no sound on it for some reason.
Maybe
my goodness.
Top. I thought the video was in it.
Ew. Do we know what crawled into her?
Yeah, it says it up here.
JJ.
Sorry, there was.
It says it here somewhere, right here.
A lot of
aggressive
mosquitoes.
biting insects.
And it started from the beginning, and she couldn't. Gnats. There was a colony of ants. She was in the tent, and you can hear her saying, "They're swarming. They're crawling up in between my vagina lips. I can't handle it." I cringed. I mean, you know when you're anywhere and you feel like there's a bug.
Chahua.
Could you imagine? Minnie?
Is that a sexual assault?
I you know what? She could probably sue.
Yeah.
She gave up, and they sent her home. She only. Yeah, I would totally
give that girl some pants.
Cream.
No, that's gonna call for a salve.
I watched Naked and Afraid, and I'm always like, how do you do this?
Yeah,
it just doesn't seem appealing at all in any way.
Horrified.
Yes,
I'm more
so many
weirded out.
factors that I never thought of until I watched that show. Like,
oh yeah.
You want me to check your cooter for you if there's bugs down there?
Yeah, well.
Well,
you hungry, honey? There's some cooter and some bugs.
I got my tool right here.
Oh, God.
Going in for the bug detection.
Going in for the bug detection.
Exactly.
I'm going to get to know you a lot better real quick.
Now,
what I can't get over, Carolyn, is that when I'm watching that show, the first time I saw it, I was less freaked out by like having your junk out, being out in the woods for a month, than I was being barefoot. Like, the fact that they don't get sneakers is fucking beyond me. I don't understand
Thank
that.
you.
You're walking around
Thank you.
in a
That's
swamp.
what I was talking about, because
in
if their feet get wet.
Or no, cut. Like, if you get cut in swamp water, it's fucking over. You're probably got to take
Gangrene.
antibiotics for the rest of your life. See you later. You know what I mean? It's
That's it. You can get infected. You're fucked.
That's what I mean.
We were in
my toes turning green.
Yeah.
We were on vacation with the girls, spring break fall, when COVID happened, and we went down to around Tampa. And in the evening, when it was relaxed time for the girls, you know, there was another room, but me and Brian were watching Naked and Alone. It's covered up and everything. Our two youngest daughters came in, and they were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "This show," and they drop them somewhere. And our girls were like they're like their mom. Like, they don't like heat. When we went to Disney, they were like, "Are we done? It's hot." And imagine the bugs if they were around any amount of bugs. But anyway,
we took them to Mexico, and it was so hot that they just wanted to get back on the boat.
They told us that from now on, if we ever go on a cruise again, Mom, Dad, we don't need to get off. We'll just stay on the boat in the pool. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, good. you go for a vacation to be relaxed. I want to be chilling at the pool. Like, sometimes I'll choose pool over a beach if a beach is a little messy. And I'm like, I want my pina colada, bitch. Like, I want my service.
This is completely fucking me. I want to know that the beach is right out there, and I can walk out there whenever I want. I want to hear it and smell it. I'll go out there once a day or once every 2 days, and then I'm out by the pool watching the beach. That is my perfect.
Thank you.
What do you drink? A Blue Miami? What are they called?
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Yeah.
Yes.
The blue one, like I love the one a Long Island iced tea that look like Windex.
Yeah. What is the one I drank it? And I found
I love that shit. Don't get me wrong.
Atlantic City. I tried
it was like an amaretto sour.
Amaretto sour.
That's just good. We're gonna be having some of those in Texas.
Damn right. We're gonna girlfriend.
Get a michelada. I like those too on the beach.
Yes.
Anything frozen.
I gotta see if I can swing Texas. That'd be tough. I'm trying to get to there and Denver if I can. It's gonna be a rough go, but we'll see.
Oh shit.
We'll see. We gotta see what I can do.
Well,
it's the best. Like, compound shows when they're out of town. I literally feel like it's a school trip, and all the cool kids are there. With minus are the dumb kids. You know, it's just so much.
I'm excited. Marshall Beaupre's gonna. I think him and his girlfriend.
Everyone's coming.
And
I'm not.
Okay.
That's why I'm
bring
glad
in
I'm staying with you. I need a partner in crime to
There you go.
not feel like I'm alone and scared or afraid. Of
Naked and
Naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid.
Yeah,
We should film naked and afraid in our room.
Yeah. I was just like, Brian, you could
Take a camera.
Brian, you could keep that in your spank bank.
There you go.
I
Anyway,
don't have a spank bank. You know that.
I'm teasing him. But anyways, at the end of our show, we have a cute little guy called Old Man that comes out, and he usually wants to say a few words, and you
Of
can
wisdom.
yes, and listen to what he has to say. So we yell for Old Man, Old Man, Old Man. Hey, we got a hot guest today. Yes, we
Old
do.
man,
Old
are
man.
you a real thing?
Did you say hot guest?
Yes, that's LUBI.
Hi.
Why are you so adorable?
I know, isn't he cute?
Oh my God, look at that mustache.
He's always in my bubble, but he's adorable. So what?
Hi, old man.
Howdy.
Old man, are you upset and you're not coming to Austin, Texas?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times, and you should have a lot of fun, you girls.
Oh,
But
well,
you haven't been there with us. It's a different experience. You could sleep with Carolyn and me between us in the middle. Are you sure you're not coming?
That sounds like a good Texas sandwich to me. Any barbecue?
maybe LUBI, I should put him in my suitcase.
I was gonna say.
There
He's
you
like,
go.
How big is
We
that
use
carry-on?
barbecue sauce instead of lube in Texas as well. So it's
It'll be
Good
mild
deal.
barbecue.
Mild, yeah. We don't want any warm shit.
I don't want
oh my goodness, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, cause Brian, I had to send him some hot some
Jalapeno lubricant. No
exactly.
thanks.
so as far as this is concerned, do you have any questions for LUBI?
Do you have any more leather pants?
I do have another pair that I just got, and I'm going to bring it to Texas. But so if you're not there, it's fine because I'll be posting some pictures. So
I do have a question. Have you been planning like your spring line? I can't wait to see what you're gonna wear in Austin. Warm weather.
I do have some outfits lined up already. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, it's so fun. I got some cute dresses too.
Right? Just because it was so cold and like we all want to be out and having fun and together and spreading positivity in COVID.
My awesome
And-
cowboy boots are coming out.
There you go,
Dresses,
girl.
Right. Well,
Yes.
well, thank you again, LUBI, for coming on our show.
Thank you. We all love you here. I just wanted to let you
We
know.
love you guys too. So much. You're
I told
amazing.
them thank you. I told them like I'm doing the interview with you guys. They all gave me my peace and quiet, and they usually will not do it, but for you, they were respectful.
Aw.
Everybody said hi, and everybody's like, "We love you guys. You are one of our favorite couples of all time." So
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
love you guys too. You guys
thank
are
you for being a part of our
amazing.
family. We really appreciate it.
We love you too.
Sounds
Thank you for having me as well.
I can't wait to see you again in Austin. And don't forget, any help you need in Austin, I'll be your shotgun bitch.
You got it, Rumi. You got it.
All righty.
Bye.
Night. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Anytime.
Thank you.